What up? I'm Josh Paulson, and welcome to Your Story Now. The sense we are talking about today for range of interpretation is our sense of feeling. Now, in this case, we are talking about physical feeling. The reason why we can't really talk about emotion is a personal response to input. What we are talking about here is the input itself that we are interpreting. So let's look at some of these media again. So looking at the photograph, what's the feeling in the photograph? Not emotionally, I'm talking about physical. So outside, it's probably warm. So you can always consider it for them, but really from the perspective of the audience, outside it is warm. Outside, it looks like it could be early morning, so perhaps it's kind of humid outside. So you have this range of interpretation of the physical feeling. Let's look back at the adventures of Bob and Susie.
Bob, get out of the toilet!
Susie yelled at her friend. So we can consider feeling in some different ways. We can consider it from the perspective of the characters. We can consider it from our own perspective. In the bathroom, perhaps it's damp. Perhaps Bob's splashing water all over the place, and so then it's wet, and we're getting splashed on. And so there's quite a wide range. It could be cold, maybe cold tile floor. So we have a wide range of interpretation for feeling as well here. And in general, what we're going to be looking at today, we will find that the range of interpretation for feeling is extremely broad. So here for photo and for the dramatized audio, we have broad range of interpretation. Then going back to Baby Goat. I want a baby goat at the petting zoo raffle. Goat, goat. Try to make sure it doesn't take over the world. Goat. Here again, we have very open range of interpretation. Okay, this could refer to temperature. It could refer to, okay, like just how does it feel physically in the world? Is it humid? Is it warm? That's most likely what we would be looking at in this case with this story. And we have an open range of interpretation. Now, why is this even relevant to talk about? Well, this is actually something that you can look at with some video games with haptic feedback, vibration. You can look at this with some of the things that they're trying to do with VR, or having it so that you can actually move around a bit. Your sense of balance is a physical feeling. So in VR, we are actually closing the interpretation a little bit of physical feeling. You have your sense of space. You have quite a bit actually that gets tied into feeling. And something that I want to point out is that neurologists actually list a ton of different senses. We're kind of grouping them in a way that's most relevant for modern media. If you wanted to, you could separate out your sense of balance, your sense of physical feeling into different groupings and then identify the medium that way. But for now, we're grouping things. Physical feeling is actually very relevant because of VR. And it's relevant to consider and to be able to use in your stories. If you're not aware of feeling as a potential sense, then if you're writing a book or just working in any medium, you don't consider the possibility of getting across physical feeling through other information, visual information, audio information, or just plain text and description. So this opens up opportunities for us, and feeling is extremely relevant for VR.